Hi boys and girls, this is math lesson 9-8. This is the problem solving more than one way lesson. So if you will open your packet to page 413 and just follow along with me. So it says on Friday, 346 people go to a play. 57 fewer people go to the play on Saturday. How many people go to the play in all? So we know that 346 people went to the play on Friday. We have to figure out how many people went on Saturday, okay? So they're showing you the number of people at the play on Saturday is 57 less than 346. That's where they got their subtraction problem, okay? So you can represent the situation by writing an equation and figuring this out, which we will. They also want to show you that you can represent the situation by drawing a model. So 346, okay, from Friday, Saturday is 57 less. So once we subtract that next number, the difference will go here where the question mark is. So 6 minus 7, we know we can't do that. So we have to regroup. Cross out the 4, make it a 3. The 6 becomes a 16. 16 minus 7 is 9. 3 minus 5, again, we can't do that. So we cross out the 3 in the hundreds place, make it a 2. This 3 becomes a 13. 13 minus 5 is 8. 2 minus nothing is 2. So then we know that 289 is how many people went to the play on Saturday, because 289 is 57 less than 346. Okay, towards the bottom of the page it says 346 people go to the play on Friday and 289 people go to the play on Saturday. How many people go in all? So again, two separate ways. We have the equation where we're going to add how many people went on Friday and how many people went on Saturday. That's going to give us the total. They also show you the model. Okay, so we want to know how many is in total. So that's going to be the question mark. And then we have our two numbers that we're going to be adding. Okay, so 6 plus 9 is 15. Carry the 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 plus 8 is 13. Put your 3. Carry the 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. So we know that 635 people went to the play in all. Okay, if you turn to page 414, we have some practice problems that we will do together. Okay, it says read each problem, represent each situation with models or equations to help you solve the problem. So let's look at number 1. Jenna has 294 coins. She has 25 more coins than Emily. How many coins do the girls have in all? So let's write down what we know. So Jenna, we know, has 294. Emily has 25 less, because Jenna has 25 more coins than Emily does. Okay? So it tells us in the directions to either do a model or an equation. So let's just do an equation. So to find out how many Emily has, we're going to take 294 and subtract 25. Because we know that Jenna has 25 more. So 4 minus 5, we can't do. We have to regroup. 14 minus 5 is 9. 8 minus 2 is 6. 2 minus nothing is 2. So now we know that Emily has 269 coins. But the question is asking us how many coins the girls have in all. So now that we've done the first part, we can figure out how many they have in all by adding 294 plus 269. 4 plus 9 is 13. Carry the 1. 9 plus 1 is 10. Plus 6, 16. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So the girls have 563 coins in all. Okay? Number 2, Brian, Gavin, and Julio each have a different mystery number. The sum of the three numbers is 170. Remember, the term sum is the answer to an addition problem. Julio's number is 86 less than the sum. Brian's number is 14 more than Gavin's. Gavin's number is 48 less than Julio's. What is each boy's number? So let's write down their names. Okay, and we'll start here. So if we add all three of their numbers, we're going to get a sum of 170. Okay? Now it tells us that Julio's number is 86 less than the sum. So let's start with figuring out his by doing 170 minus 86. We can't do 0 minus 6, so we're going to regroup. 10 minus 6 is 4. 6 minus 8, we can't do. Again, we borrow. 16 minus 8 is 8. So now we know that Julio has 80, his number is 84. Okay? Brian's number is 14 more than Gavin's. So we have to figure out Gavin's number before we can figure out Brian's. It tells us that Gavin's number is 48 less than Julio's. So we know now that Julio has 84. So if we take 84 and subtract 48. 4 minus 8 we can't do, so we're going to borrow. 14 minus 8, 6. 7 minus 4 is 3. So now we know that Gavin, his number is 36. Now we can go back and figure out Brian's because it tells us that Brian's number is 14 more than Gavin's. So we're going to take Gavin's number of 36 and we're going to add 14. 6 plus 4 is 10. 3 plus 2 is 5. So Brian's number is 50. Now we can check it because it tells us if we add their three numbers, we should get 170. So 6 plus 4 is 10, so 0, carry the 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 8 is 17. So that would be correct. Brian's number is 50, Gavin's number is 36, and Julio's number is 84. Number 3, it tells us to explain the strategy used to solve the problem above. All I want you to do for number 3, the math problems that we did together, that counts for number 3, okay? On page 415, it is the same example about the play on Friday and Saturday. So go ahead and skip and look at page 416. We have some more practice problems. It tells us to solve. You can represent the situation with models or equations to help you. Number 1, a tailor starts the month with 900 buttons. The first week he uses 82 buttons. The next week he uses 123 buttons. How many buttons does he have left? Okay, so let's do equations. So he starts with 900. Okay, tells us the first week he uses 82. So let's subtract 82. 0 minus 2, we can't do. We can't borrow from our neighbor because he's a 0. So we go to the next one. Cross out the 9, make it an 8. That becomes a 10. Cross that out, make it a 9. That becomes a 10. 10 minus 8, or I'm sorry, 10 minus 2 is 8. 9 minus 8 is 1. 8 minus nothing is 8. So now, after the first week, the tailor has 818 buttons. The next week, he uses 123. So now we're going to take 818 minus 123. 8 minus 3 is 5. 1 minus 2 we cannot do, so we borrow. 11 minus 2 is 9. And 7 minus 1 is 6. So the tailor has 695 buttons left. Excuse me. Number 2. Sandeep uses these cards to make a 3-digit number. How many 3-digit numbers less than 500 can he make? So they tell you on your paper that the digits are 4, 7, and 1. So we want to use these 3 numbers, but just mix up the order, okay? Then any number above 500, we're going to cross out. So let's start with the small one. So we can do 147, or we could do 174. We could do 417, or we could do 471. We could do 714 or 741. So now looking at our options, anything above 500 we're going to cross out. Okay, so we are left with these 4. Okay, so he can make 4 numbers. Then they want us to list them in order from greatest to least. So the greatest would be 471, 417, 174, 147. Number 3. Alexis wants to find the sum of 2 numbers that have a difference of 135. The greater of the 2 numbers is 327. Alexis says that the sum is 462. Is she correct? Explain why or why not. So, the sum of the 2 numbers that have a difference of 135. The greater of the 2 numbers is 327. She said that the sum is 462. So, she is not correct, so put no. She added 327 plus 135. Okay, 7 plus 5 is 12, 3 plus 3 is 6, 3 plus 1 is 4. That's how she got 462. Okay? She should have subtracted. Okay, so she should have done 327 minus 135. 7 minus 5 is 2. 2 minus 3 we can't do. 12 minus 3. 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay? Then that would give her the second number. Okay? They tell us that 327 is the first number. So this would have been the second number. So then from there, she would have added 327 plus 192. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 2, 11. 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay? Those are kind of odd. Just trying to get you to think a little bit, okay? The next 2 pages, 417, 418, is the homework part of this lesson. I would like you to go ahead and do that, and then I will check that when I collect your next packet. All right? Thank you.